at me, you wanna start a covenant, a corporate. For you, I get it custom built. Your personal constructionist. Put in hard work, later with snuggling. Bottom head bubbling, you start to sucking it. Hypnotizing body, them boobs is suckling. Triple D, take this triple D. Beat it like percussionist. Ball back like Autumn, there's no need to rushing it. Vladimir Putin, gotta get back to work, I'm up in it, I love in it. What's the wager? I'm here, I'ma take her by the hand, introduce her to her maker. I'm the baker, you're the pan, I'm the man, you're the taker, and I got the rubber band. Have to stay safer, yep, strap up with the caper for you and your honey. Give it to you good, forget the change. Keep your money coming on you, I make it rain. If you want it, if you don't, it's okay, no disappointment. Out.
What's up, Facebook Live? This is your boy, Quincy Benton, host of the From Setbacks to Success YouTube channel. We have a special edition today, a album review party and live with the very distinguished artist known as Seven. What's up, Seven? How are you doing today?
Man, I'm chilling. I made it.
All right.
We good.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So we're live here in the studio. We wanted to kind of give you a preview of his new projects that Seven has recently released, called the Return was the first album. You just heard that preview that dropped just right now, the awesome hot song called Succulent.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we also have another album that he's dropped as well called A.D.P.S. Illness.
Yep.
Which is, and we'll get into what A.D.P.S. is and your definition of that. And also the third album, In the Rain, which we're going to be previewing a few songs from that album as well. So anyway, man, we're just going to jump right into today's Facebook Live, and we're going to just kind of start with just, these projects. So first of all, congratulations. That's an awesome feat to, get through the entire process of creating, music. Yeah. Not only are you creating music, you're creating it independently, and marketing and releasing it independently as well. So again, big shout out to you for that accomplishment, for getting through that journey as
Appreciate
well.
that. Yeah.
So just for everybody watching, Seven is my cousin. So this is we all fam in here. So we really gonna drop, kind of, really dig into, what was going on with these projects and just your overall kind of career as an artist. Kind of talking about those things today. So let's just jump right into it. First of all, tell me about, again, The Return, In the Rain, A.D.P.S. Illness. Just kind of give everybody, give us the background on these projects and what inspired you to do them.
So The Return is the first of the three albums. The Return was really supposed to be in what the explanation was, which is more so a love album. A relationship album between a man and a woman. And some things happened where it didn't happen when it was supposed to happen. Some other things happened that derailed that. So the explanation went way left on me. But then once I got done with it, I was so drained from pouring my heart out from all the aches that I was going through. I was like, I got to come back in something positive. I need a positive light on me. So that's how The Return came about. A.D.P.S. Illness is what follows up behind The Return, which is, it speaks on anxiety, depression, PTSD, and sleep apnea. Those are the four things that I deal with. So okay. I kind of touch on all of those. Then In the Rain, it's just a combination of both the albums.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's dope. Yeah, man, that's what's up. That's what's up. Now, we've had the opportunity. And when I say we here in the studio, we had opportunity today to preview a lot of the song. I mean, the music inspired as it always is from Seven. So if you've purchased this music before, just know that this is just a continuation, of the unique music that only Seven, is able to present. And so, but with that, I kind of want to talk about, or want you to kind of tell me about some of the artists on these projects that you collaborated with. Uh, Give us, kind of some background of who the people that you chose to rock with you on these projects, and just kind of, just some general thoughts about those people.
On the return, I worked with two singers, Grace and Mickey. Grace is from Nigeria, and Mickey is from the UK. They sung a lot of the hooks on the album. Then I had artists featured like ENF from Oklahoma, Kenny Long from Oklahoma, Body Count from Oklahoma, and G Stallion. Which with G Stallion, before I go any further, I would like to give him a real good shout out. He has an album that's about to come out called Everybody Can't Go. It drops late February. Yeah, and he's gonna have a video for the single called Bars. It'll be coming soon. So plug him in real quick.
Okay.
But then after them, I worked with people outside of the country, from Nigeria, from India, from the UK. So I was reaching out to a lot of different areas.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I will say for you guys, on the return, he mentioned Grace and Mickey, and I told Seven that I was going to kind of highlight some of the songs that when I listen to them, that I rock with the most, and that one particular song, No Love, No Us, with them was one of my favorites. It's on the Return album, and that featured both Grace and Mickey, I believe, on that one.
Yeah.
Another song that I thought was like absolutely one of the best songs I've ever heard was a song called I Love You, Side A, and that featured G Stallion.
G Style dropped a game.
Yeah.
He dropped a lot of gems in there.
Oh man, and so if you love that old, just classic hip hop kind of lyricist style, he definitely brought it on that. Also on that particular song, you guys used a actual sample by Lenny Williams.
Yeah.
Originally made in 1978, called "I Love You."
Yes.
Yeah. Talk about a little bit just about, because again, this was one of my favorite songs. What made you guys select that particular song?
Well, for me, like I did the A side and the B side, and like I said, the Explanation album touched on a lot of heartbrokenness that I went through. This one, it was like trying to erase that heartbreak, and that in particular song, he cried out.
Right.
He cried out,
yes.
And it was just like, you know what, you never been in love the way I've been in love. So it's kind of like, even though I had the heartbreak, how do you put that? Even though I dealt with the heartbreak, you still have love for that person.
Okay.
And nobody's gonna understand it the way you do.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So that song was so perfect for that.
Okay.
That whole inspiration. So.
No doubt. And like I said, you have, as you mentioned, the A side of it, and then the B side was, I guess, same kind of thing, but it seems like it was remixed and featured ENL.
Right.
And then,
And
one of
Drastic.
our favorites, one of my personal favorite producers, Drastic.
Yeah.
Talk about Drastic and his involvement in this project, and just kind of give us a sense of what the people are going to find from him as one of your producers, I guess.
Me and Drastic go back like to when I dropped my first album in '99. He produced a few albums on that one. Then I did an album in 2009 that he produced probably half the album.
Okay.
He's just a dope producer.
No doubt.
Hands down, he's pretty dope, and he has his own distinct sound to his music, like bar none. So yeah, we go way back. So yeah, I had to bring him in on that one.
Okay, that's what's up. And so again, continuing with that, there's just so many awesome songs on these projects, and I know for me, I guess the samples, these old school samples, really just resonated with me on a really deep level, man. But going back into that, another project with ENL and Drastic was the Let's Get It On, Marvin Gaye version.
Right.
Was, again, originally done by Marvin Gaye. If you don't know who Marvin Gaye and was Let's Get It On, then you don't need to consider yourself part of music, period.
I don't know where you at.
Yeah, right, no doubt. So with that, he did a mix of that particular song. You guys collaborated on this one. Tell me a little bit about that particular song and that particular project a little bit.
That one he didn't mix. That one came from a guy in Ireland.
Gotcha. Okay.
But just bringing it together, I just once I got the music, I reached out to him and ENL, and they were both like, "Yeah, bro, I got you." One thing about ENL, I gotta say, that's amazing is he come into the studio. He has a booklet with his lyrics on it, and he goes up to the mic. He looks at it. He put the book down. And he just goes.
Okay.
That's amazing.
That's how he records.
That's how he records.
Okay.
He don't look at it and rap. He don't have his telephone rapping. He just looks at it, put it down. I was like, "What you doing?" He was like, "I got it."
Got it right.
Yeah.
There. Okay.
He got it, and he wrote it in no time.
Okay.
So,
well, again, big shout out to ENL. Big shout out to Drastic. Big shout out to Mickey and also Grace as well on those projects. So, moving forward, I guess we're at the point where we want to do, Buck, we want to kind of jump into the next song that we're going to preview from the A.D.P.S. Illness album. That's I Have to Walk Away.
yeah.
So right now we're going to give you guys a preview of that particular song, and then we'll come back and do a little bit more discussion about Seven and his new projects.
That's what's up.
Got my bag packed, might change my name like Cassius. Purple on my wrist, can't forget my purple glasses. Write another song, light up the booth like matches. I'm really considering changing my name like Chris Jackson. I might go X like that man Malcolm Little. No, Richard, no, Wayne, no, baby. Hold up, I'm trying to paint a picture. I got a couple of ideas I can send you about changing my name like Lou. I'll send an identity shift like Simon called Peter. It's a stick up on my name without no heater. Don't need a piece, but I do need peace. Got another album ready, feels it was meant to be. This time, this rhyme, this grind, still speaking his mind. Freaking each line, freaking each line. Grab that purple rain on my way out. A.D.P.S. illness, 7-9 down.
I have to walk away. The pain right now is real, you see. Some things are not meant to be. Yet another reason to set you free. I have to walk away. The feels right now are real, I know. My bags are packed, all set to go. Yet another reason why the answer's no.
All right, so that was I Have to Walk Away from the A.D.P.S. Illness album. Dope music.
Yeah.
Tell me about kind of what was the inspiration behind that song, and who were the artists that you worked with on that particular song?
That song I worked with a guy named David Luke, and you're gonna hear him all over that album and all over the In the Rain album. He sings pretty much majority of my hooks, and he's from the UK. That in particular song right there, in the beginning of the song, I talk about how I've been in this for like 21 years, and what you put into it, you would love to see the return, but that's been the opposite. Like, it's not as easy as people think it is. And even like with merchandise, I speak on like, one of the issues with the merch is everyone wants you to do it, you do it, they say it's hot, but you're not a Jay-Z, you're not a Kanye. Right. So it's like they like it, and it looks good, but it's like until you hit another level, people ain't just gravitating to it the way you would want them to, So okay. It deals with a lot of frustrations with that in particular song, but yeah, it's a pretty dope song though.
Oh, no doubt. And again, big shout out to David Luke for that particular project. And there's like you said, he's all over your projects, and I can just go through the list of different songs that he appears on absolutely talented artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand why you chose to work with him on these projects.
Yeah, one of the things that was challenging is doing 3 albums in 1 year.
Oh,
um, doing all 3 of these projects, it was like boom, boom, boom. And I gotta give a big shout out to Mel Roberts who worked with me. That's where I recorded at, because this is a lot of music that we work together
all
on.
right. Big shout out to you, Melvin. And again, you're a legend in this city,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're a legend in the music game in general. So, so thank you for that. I want to just mention again, because I got to go back to David Luke because he has Love Scene, dope song. That's I mean, it was him, Jonathan Caesar,
Yeah,
Vega, Michaels.
yeah.
That was this is a phenomenal song. I mean, again, download it like ASAP, and let's just dig into that. I mean,
Okay.
for people who wanted to get your music, how would they go about downloading your music?
Right now, you go to Bandcamp
Okay.
and you type in my name. I'll let you spell that out.
Okay, so 7 CEAVN. Just go on Bandcamp, type in 7, and you can download the entire albums, or you
Yeah.
can download them per song. Or
You can do per song, or you can do the whole album. They're only for $7
okay,
each.
okay. So Bandcamp right now, music available is right now. Go get it. Go support Seven and all the wonderful artists that he's worked with. So that is available again today, right now. Then you said, we talked about it earlier, you said that your music will be available maybe March 1st on all the other
All the
major
major platforms.
music platforms. So
Yeah.
that would be Amazon.
Amazon, Apple, iTunes, Deezer, TikTok, you name it, it'll be there.
Okay, so no reason, no excuses. You can go support, download the music like today on this. So Love Scene, Pour on Me, David Luke, EJ, Miss K, Tone Wiley. I mean, that was another phenomenal song. Eye of the Storm, again, David Luke, EJ.
Yeah.
Big shout out to EJ, TG.
TG, that's my
Okay.
little cousin right there. Love, man, he reached out to me and he asked me for my older projects because he grew up on them.
Okay,
He's young. He's probably 22. I hope I'm not calling you out wrong.
okay.
But he grew up listening to me. So he got inspired by me to start writing.
Okay.
And when he told me that, I was just like, man, that meant a lot. You
Absolutely,
know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
So, and he kills it. Like, he comes in, he kills the song. So,
Okay. Oh, yeah.
much love to Terrence.
Okay, no doubt. And again, Tone Wiley was on this particular project, Out of the Storm, as well. So with that, we're going to jump right into the last song, and that's going to be from the Rain album, and that's going to be One Day.
Yeah, One Day.
Okay. So let's just get into that, and again, more dope music from the artist known as Seven.
Here, come rain or shine, take as long as you need. One day be mine. Don't get swept away, it'll be just fine. Take my hand and lead. One day be mine.
All I know is togetherness. Not worried about the diamonds when I flash the wrist. When I think about it, I think about how passionate your lips feel when I pass the kiss. I trip behind because I like to look at your ass and hips. Yeah, it's something about the way you switch. I never call you bitch, nor any other name or word that's negative. I'm dedicated, Whether you love it or you hate it, my goal is that we make it, don't forsake it. In the end, we made it, and that's all I can see. If you cry, then we cry together. Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder can see all I see is us forever. So one day, Monday through Sunday, I'll pull up like a Hyundai. If it's on a hump day, we can kick it like Chung Lay, or we can take over the block like the Kimbe Matumbe. Out.
I'll be standing here, standing here, standing here, standing here, standing here.
So again, goes without explanation. I mean, this is the type of music you like to rock to, ride to, chill out to. Download it ASAP today, right now. So this particular project, who were the artists featured on this one, and give us some insight about what inspired you to write this particular song.
This in particular album, um, In the Rain, had multiple meanings, and it was like it touches a lot on illness still, but then it also rained with me reigning over all of it, and then again, rain can be incorporated with some freaky type love songs as well. So I kind of touched all three with the rain. Um, the artists that I worked with are from everywhere. Like I got people on every song on that in particular project. Usually it's just me, but that one I did something a little different, and it has a vibe to it. Like it's a slow jam album. Two of the artists I want to mention is TG, like I said earlier, and
Gotcha.
then I got to give a shout out to Theezy. He's from Oklahoma as well. We grew up from adolescence, like we grew up since the age of 4 or 5 years old together. So yeah, and then I want to give, like you said, Tone Wiley, Jonathan Caesar, EJ. He puts the soul on a lot of the hooks. I got to give him props. David Lukey still does his thing, and then Miss K. Miss K make you just want to step your game up. She's a monster. And what's crazy about these artists, man, is when I reach out to them, they deliver their verses like in the same day, and they're not doing just one song. They're doing like 2 and 3 songs.
Okay.
And with the type of music I do, it's not easy to just write to because it's so slow.
Right.
That album is very slow, so rapping to that is not as easy as people may think it is.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what's up, man. I mean, like I said, this, and again, some of the things that we were talking about before we started was that at this point, you're not a rookie in the game.
Nah.
Yeah.
Long.
And I know your career started. Was it 19?
I started rapping. I started rapping before then, but I recorded my first song in 1995.
Okay. So started recording in 1995.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of changes in the game from where it started at that point. I mean, I guess maybe there was it the cassette tapes then, or CDs, yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that because the cassette tapes, I remember I would have one radio that I would rap over an instrumental because people used to release albums and they would have an instrumental version of their song on the B side.
Right.
And so I would take that, and from there I would record myself, take that tape, put it into the other cassette, get a tape to record over, and do my background vocals on that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would make copies of it, and I would take it to school and just pass them out to people.
That way.
Yeah, and just gave it to people for free.
Yeah.
That was
So we talking about
it's been a man.
It's been that's just a lot has happened since then, and then I guess even if you had projects that you worked on, most of those projects happened in the studio with the other artists together. And it sounds like...
Which ones?
Back in those days.
Yeah, back in those days.
Yeah. And it sounds like nowadays you don't necessarily need to be in the same studio with an artist, and you can collaborate with, even as an independent.
Yeah.
You can collaborate with artists worldwide.
Right.
And that's a game changer.
It is. And it is lovely because you can reach out to other people's backyards. And I like it because I tell a person where I want them at on the song. So you just say from 1:15 to 2:15. They'll go in, punch from there, then they just email me their vocals, and he take the vocals, he put it in, and boom, it's already,
it's all ready to go.
It's a wrap.
Okay. So we're gonna start, wrapping this interview up, and thank you for everybody who's been, tuned in this long, to hear the music, and as well as to hear some of the insights of Seven. Last question, because and this is something for maybe artists who are out trying to get in the game, wanting to establish a presence out there. What do you feel like are the keys at this point, for not only completing a project, but, marketing it successfully as an independent artist?
Honestly, popularity is everything.
Mhm.
If you're a popular person with the people, then you're pretty much golden because you're going to get the support more so. One thing that I grew up having to do is when you do a show, they would give you tickets to sell to people to get people to come to your show. And if you
Absolutely.
sell your tickets and you got your group of people that's coming out to support, it may be an artist there that's way better than you.
Mhm.
But because you got your people, that person probably not gonna get the shine if they don't have their crowd in there.
Right.
And it's really kind of sad
Mhm.
because you got a person over here that's beasting on the mic, but everybody's drinking and eating. That's like, yeah, he's good, but we came here for this guy. So a lot of it is marketing yourself when just getting very popular. If you're popular, you're pretty much in the. I mean, it just goes without saying.
It goes without saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So definitely, establishing yourself as a brand, and
Yeah.
and the larger the audience, the better, I guess.
The larger your audience, the better.
Right.
And yeah.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt. And last words, just kind of just closing on out. I know you had mentioned a few people that we haven't mentioned just yet. You mentioned DJ Red.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought him up.
Okay.
DJ Red. So every album I have, I spent some time in Houston as a kid, and I got addicted to DJ Screw. DJ Red works at the Screw Shop, and so each album I have him to screw it and slow it down for me. So it's all slowed and chopped.
Okay.
So you can get two versions of the album. You get the regular version, and you get the slowed and chopped version of the album.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so big shout out to you, DJ Red, for all the work that you've done. And then two other names was Andre Graves
Yeah.
and Kelly
Kawame.
Kwame. Okay.
Yeah, Kelly is in, I think, Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. He does my animated videos, my cartoon videos. So when I do my music videos, if you see anything animated, he did that.
Okay.
Andre Graves, awesome producer when it comes to the recording of the cameras, and he's just a beast in the game, and he's in Oklahoma as well, and he got great prices, and he gets you in and out. Like he's very professional. You go in, you record your stuff. He got the song ready for you the next day.
Okay.
Where usually a lot of people, it takes about a week, 2 weeks to get it to you, and you just antsy, and he good quality next day.
Okay. Again,
Boom.
Appreciate that, and big shout out to you, Andre Graves and Kelly Kwame.
Yeah.
And with that, speaking of your videos, you also have a YouTube channel. Can you
I
give
do.
everybody the YouTube channel and
Nicholas Long.
Okay.
It's a YouTube channel, and it has all my videos uploaded onto there.
Okay. So like and subscribe to the channel, the Nicholas Long channel, and that way you'll get notifications of future videos. That you'll see the catalog of all his current videos, but you'll get notification of all his future video releases as well.
Yes,
like
sir.
I said, there's some very creative projects. I think Nitro. Is it Nitro?
Nitro what?
The video and the song. That's one of my favorite.
Nitro. No, I don't know a Nitro.
Okay.
I know the rapper Nitro.
I'm gonna look it up, but this one, I kind of went off script on this.
I wonder
one.
which album is it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up real quick, and I know we gotta close out, but man, that was one of my favorites from your YouTube channel. I don't have it right now.
From my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Was it an actual video?
It's a video. It's an animated video.
Huh.
But can you look that up?
Now you got me wondering.
Yeah.
Now I
please
just really
don't let
want to
me-
know now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my
That's gonna
channel,
kill.
we got Chucks and Pearls, When It Started, Trina Wolf, Turbo.
Turbo.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
tripping.
Turbo.
Excuse me. Forgive me, y'all.
Turbo,
Yeah.
Turbo, yeah.
Yeah.
That one it was inspired by Snoop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I basically, I was listening to Snoop one day and I was like, I want to do like a little dedication song for Snoop, and so I took some of his lines that he has,
Okay.
and I just kind of spreaded it out over the song.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I love that song too.
Yeah,
that's off the Explanation album.
Explanation. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So again, thank you guys for joining us today. I mean, we appreciate your time and your energy, and again your downloads. So again, support Seven on those platforms that we mentioned, particularly right now, the first platform that we mentioned,
Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. That's correct. So we're gonna wrap up for today. Again, thank you for joining us, and until next time, peace and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.